Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie and this is Sew Stitch Sew. You can find me on Instagram as Sew Stitch Sew. I'll put the name here because it's got underscores. But I go by Cross Stitch Sew space Nat on YouTube. I've got lots of things today, not got any finishes, but that's okay. So no finishes for February. And today is the first day of Seal City Stitches March Madness, which is the one with the brackets and the voting on Instagram. So looking forward to doing that. I haven't made any changes other than I'm not sure which penguin, but we'll get to that later. So how are you all doing? It is wet and cold, pretty much the theme of the whole of February on the 1st of March. I didn't record last week. I wasn't actually feeling that well. I had a migraine that lasted 2 days, which is unusual for me. Normally they clear up pretty quickly, but even with the medication that I normally take, it wasn't clearing up, so I just had to stop and take it easy. So I didn't record last week. This is my first opportunity, and I thought, given it's the 1st of March, it's nice sort of tie-in with the March Madness. Thank you to all the returning subscribers, and hello, and thank you for clicking on my thumbnail if you're new as well. It's so nice to get comments. Obviously I know I asked for people to respond to some of my projects last time, and it was nice to see all the comments coming in. I think I've responded to most. If not, I've given you a heart. Apologies, I've just not got back to it. In terms of the embroidery project that had the rust on, I don't want to pick it up and finish it. I think it's because I'm not sure what I'm doing with the rust. I like the idea. I think someone had stitching some yellow welly boots, or my birth symbol. I'm actually Aquarius, so water, and or 2024 charm, but I think you'd see it through the gaps in the charm. Unfortunately I can't move the purple raindrop, so I haven't quite settled on what I'm going to do with that yet, and I need good lighting to do that whip stitching in black, as well as the 2 other stitches that need to be done on there as well. But yeah, it's quite a bit of DMC caught up in that at the minute. And it's a beautiful kit. There's nothing wrong with the kit. It was just unfortunately the needle minder rusted and took the needle with it. But hopefully I should be able to cover that up. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, check out the last video, which was number 36. So this is 37 today, and like I say, it's the 1st of March. I've got notes in front of me. In terms of the Introverted by Silver Creek samplers, I think I am going to switch to greys around. I think black would be too dark on it. It's a similar colour to this. This is showing up a little bit lighter, I think, on camera. So I don't think the black will show particularly well, so I think I need to go lighter. But I haven't picked up. Just time. Wanting to stitch other things, trying to get my goals ticked off. And yeah, trying to get the gift stitching done as well. And then I'll come back to diamond. I put a post on Instagram as to, I'm really struggling with this DMC colour that's called for. What colour would you go for? And I think I picked 2 other colours. I'll put an image up when we get to it. And the one that I thought would look best is the one that got the most votes. Ironically, the one that was called for got the least. Don't know how that works. Maybe it's just a choice of fabric, because I can't remember what the call for fabric is. Right, I feel like I'm already at least 5 minutes in and I haven't shown you anything yet. So I've not done these in order, they're just whips. or finish for nails as we go along. So my first one is the Erica Michael sampler book, and that's the letter N. That's what it'll look like on the outside when it's finished. You can see all like this different pages inside there. So that was how they had it originally, and I forgot to get my board again. I just grabbed my planner, which I haven't shown you. So that's that one. None of these are called for, and this is a Permin Sapphire, Star Sapphire, 32 count. It is definitely a lot stiffer. It does slightly get softer as you work with it, but I just absolutely love the colour of it. Oops. I will say with my Norwich stitches along here, I'm like half, like one thread out on it. So when I didn't realise until I was like halfway across it, and I was like, I'm not pulling that out. But I love the effect. It's like two colours in one. So you've got a green underlay and then you've got a blue over the top. They're definitely not perfect Norwich stitches, but I'm not worried about it. Yeah, and then I managed to get the 1/1 done for the words, which is always the one that's like, but it's so worth it. So yeah, next month is can't remember what I say next month. This month, is oblong rice stitch. It's got an owl, so it's right up my street. I can't show you that because I've got the chart for the wording next to it. Next, oops, is the Stitch for Pride sales. Sorry, oh, I closed it. Stitch for Pride sale by D's 20 Stitches. And this month it was Kehinde Wiley, who created President Obama's portraits, and it was very different from like the classic portrait that you think of. That's what he likes to do. He changes it up. He doesn't do like, I guess traditionally it's like an English gent and his hound. His is more about colour and different backgrounds and what do they like. If you want to know more, go and check it out. I can't remember if the learning's still free, but the sal's not available currently. So I signed up for that, was back in December, and I'm not sure if when or in what form release some of them. You need to check out their channel. But this is mine. So this is the Kehinde Wiley, and I've stitched it in a spruce by Cottage Garden Threads. You'll know a theme. I'm trying to do all of this in Cottage Garden Threads. So just interpreting the colourway that Dave's given us, and just finding something that's similar or that I like next to the rest of it. And this one was Lyra Bird, which was Keith Haring. So yeah, it's a finish for now. Not sure where March is going to go. That comes out today, so I've not seen that yet. Because it's like it's about 9:30 here in the UK. So yeah, they're not awake yet. Absolute beautiful stitch, so easy. And that's on a 32 white Zweigart Murano. nice and even weave. Next is the Charmander, which is, what's it called? I just called it a set. It's like a Pokemon like song within the characters. This is the second one that I'm doing. This is what it looked like when it's done. My goal is to do 443 stitches per month over 11 months in order that I can FFO it in December. So right. So I'd finished those two. I think I'd started on the E, so I've just basically done most of the, and then started on whatever word that is above, the A for catch. I could have stitched more on this actually, which is unusual because it's black and I've been stitching it in the evening, but I think because it's Ada, it's a little bit easier. My son's asked where Darth Vader is. Darth Vader's on a 25 count Murano, not Murano, Brigana? 25 count even weave, in black, 2/2. I just don't want to pull it out. But I did get it out the other day. I was thinking, it's not that bad. I can get on with this. Like black and black on navy. The benefit of this one is it's like a nice bright colour. You can see it. And sometimes you can tell we've not quite got the hole right as well, because it look a little bit wonky. But yeah, as for pulling out Darth Vader, I'm not entirely sure. But now we're getting into lighter days, it's definitely the best time to go and try and get some more working on that. So that's that one. Oops. Yeah, there's only 3 colours. It's a white, a yellow and an orange. And this chart isn't available anymore, it was on Etsy. But yeah, just using thread drops from, oh no, I can't remember, Just Get Stitching, I think it's that one. Beautiful. I might, yeah, I went a bit crazy so I can't get any more at the minute, but yeah, that's definitely on my radar. Market, yes, I definitely ordered a few things this year. I didn't order anything from Market until at least a couple of months after Market last time, whereas this time I went, no, I like that, I like that, I like that. I could have liked even more and spent even more. I was like, no, I've got to stop. So I put my orders in with Peakside, and obviously that starts today as well. But once I get those, I'll show them to you. I've also got an alert for Works by ABC, the 324 chart, which is all the colours of the DMC in like this big, I want to say Quaker motif sort of thing. I couldn't find it in the UK, so I sort of put like a notify me when it's in stock on there. So this is the Friends. This was a whip go call to basically finish the top half. So I was somewhere along there, I can't remember if I've done the E or not. I had to finish off one cup, put all the back stitching in. I think I might have started that, but basically all that down there has definitely been done. The blobs of colour in between, there was something else other than that, I can't remember what it was that I'd finished. This is on a 16 count white Ada. Yeah, happy, really happy with that. I did actually pick up a tip from Caterpillar Cross Stitch actually. Oh, I've got forgotten the presenter's name. My brain. It's a guy from Son of a Stitch, and I can't remember his name. But they did a video on back stitching with 2 strands and how best to do it, and I use that technique on these, and I think they do look better. It's kind of making me think, because my crystal sal that I did, some of my back stitching's a little bit gappy, whether I could have used that technique and got a little bit of a better finish on that. Whether I actually re-stitch them, I don't think I will. It's not FFOJ, it's just sat in the finished box. And that was by Stitch Area. I don't know if it's still available, but it's just called Friends Quotes. I know there are similar ones. And I'm keeping that in my Canny Little Fox Friends travel case. I keep trying to get in there, but as soon as you post on Instagram, whoom, gone. So yeah, maybe at some point I'll get a multi-pocket project one. It's something I really would like, actually, like the multi-project one. I've got like tutorial on how to make my own, but I just haven't got around to it. And I'm sure she'll do a much better job than I will of stitching it together. I didn't think I'd worked on this project, but I'd written it down as that I'd worked on it, but I don't know how much I've actually done. It's just not calling to me at the minute. And this is the Jingle Ball block, which was another Whip Go Call. I can find the image. Oops. So yeah, that's what it looked like when it's done. You have to be precise with this one, otherwise it's not going to join up at the end. And I went a bit off several times, so it saw the frog more than I wanted it to. Yeah. So I think, yeah, I did a bit of work all along here, and then maybe some of the Father Christmas. Father Christmas? Either Mr. or Mrs. Because they're both on there. This is a 32 count linen, I think it's platinum. I could be wrong. And I've got that all the way out to the end. So I found the end. Sorry, it's really creased. I don't iron them until I'm ready to FFO them. This is Nicole for DMC. Don't think I've substituted anything. Possibly the brown. I think I managed to find some there. So yeah, that's the bit that goes round it. And then I've got the top to do as well. I don't think there's anything on the bottom, other than if I decide to put something on there. So yeah, big bit of fabric as well. I also need to figure out the bit that goes in the top. So they've got like a turquoisey felt patch there, or like a wool patch. And I've not managed to get the pins because Just Another Button Company don't ship to the UK. I guess at some point they may appear as a set to buy. Should Kathy's put it on general release? I think she will. There's no plans at the minute. I like all the other blocks, but my progress on that is so slow. I love her designs though. And that's, with the blocks, it's just like sewing a biscuit on you together. Make sure you do your edges though effectively 1 Ada square or 2 linen threads, because you'll need that to create the shape at the end. Another tip she gave us was to use like interfacing to give it a bit more sturdiness, but make sure you don't go over the, like, keep it within the outside bit. I'll make you that very clear. But it was a great tutorial that we had at the Jingle Ball. Next I decided to pull out a crystal for our wedding anniversary on Valentine's Day. So that's what the pattern looks like. I will say their charts don't have any symbols, they're just colour squares. It can make it a little bit tricky to know which one you should be stitching, but you can always get a PDF of the pattern. She's got an Etsy store. She does do like printed patterns as well. Worryingly, where is the needle? It's not on the needle, mind it. Oh, it's on the back, okay. And that's where I've got to. Still see I've changed. So instead of the flowers being pink, they are now purple. Yeah. So my plan is to go around that with like a deep purple rather than a deep red. Our wedding flowers on the table were irises, but I didn't want to rechart the whole thing. And the bridesmaids' dresses were like a deep purple as well, like aubergine purple. Eggplant for the Americans. So yeah, looking forward to that. Want to get that finished by October. So yeah, I mean it stitches up fairly quickly. I thought, oh, if I do a letter a month with the extra bits around it, I'll get it done in time. So, but I haven't actually added that to my goal plans. I might have to catch up with that in April, because I think March is going to be a little bit busy. And it doesn't form part of my way to go. March Madness plans. Next up is the Gilmoreisms sale. I have to admit I've kind of stopped working on this, not because I don't love it, but because other things are calling my name and I want to get progress on them. So I'd almost caught up and then fell back away again. So that's where that's at. So we've got that part released, that one, I think down here now as well. This is on a 32 count light blue Murano. It's looking very grey on there, but it's not, it's like a lovely sky blue. And that's stitched with the called for DMC. You will need at least 2 skeins of this colour. I think you might need even more. I can't remember. I've definitely gone through one, and I've still got some more boxes. So that is the edge of the pattern there. It's lovely to work on when I pull it out. I have been stitching some of it in hand, and then other bits I've done in the hoop. So like when it's got like the stitch in here, I've done that when it's been in a hoop. I think the frog came to visit last time again, so it I don't think I frogged that much though, but yeah, if I want something easy to do, I can pick that up because I can finish on the frames, or I can go and do one of the centre bits. I do need to print out the last couple of releases. I've saved them to my files, but I just haven't printed them out. I can't remember which part we're up to, but 5 4 or 5 parts left, something like that. They're every Monday. And I didn't stitch the frame beforehand. Which way's up? That way's up. So yeah, this is Northern Needlework Expressions Diamond, which is the April Birthstone. So that was how they suggested it would look. I think that one's stitched in dinky dyes. I don't think I've got the other colour. No. I'll put it back in stash. I showed a picture of Instagram where I said, oh, which colour? And then I'll put up the results. So yeah, so I started stitching it with 3325, but then I decided to keep the 37353 for stitching the beads on. Is that a mark? It's coming off, so sorry, this has got a few hanging threads as well, and no needles. Where's my needle gone? I think the theme of this, oh there it is. I think the theme of this video should be, where's my needle at? It's also loose, great. Behind it. So this is how far I've got. This needs to be finished by the end of March really. So I've done all the cross stitch here. You can see this mark here. You can see all the cross stitch there. All the beads are in. So that bit is complete. I haven't done the bit here in cross stitch because you kind of need the placement of the beads to make sure you're in the right place. Same with this. My plan is to finish doing the cross stitching here, bring this down and around, and this border here is another line that needs to go down there, and then start working on the centre bit. I probably will bead before doing, I'm not sure I will do. I might just carry on with the going round and round until we get to the centre where I got the 1/1 in for April. So that's that bit. So yeah, I've kind of not done those big stitches which I don't know the name of. Not done those ones yet. So yeah, I'm making good progress. And hope to get it done, like I say, by the end of March. And hopefully that's not an issue up there. I've got no idea what it is. I'll try and dab a bit of water and see if it comes off. I'm not sure. It might be under a big stitch. Yeah, so I'm not stitching that in dinky dyes, I'm using all DMCs. And I can't remember if they were called for beads. They're basically Delica beads and Swarovski crystals. Yeah, and they were just purchased off eBay. I've not had any sort of like with the Mill Hill versus like other beads you can get. I've not really noticed any difference on the volume that you get, because obviously like the Chatelaine has got a load of beads. When I do ones like that for Northern Needleworks, they've got beads. but neither of those two call for Mill Hill. So yeah, just a thought, because I had to substitute one on my memorabilia. No progress on that. I think I will start spring. Now I'm debating what day to start spring, because I heard on the radio, so it's the 1st of March, it's the first day of spring. Or is it the 20th of March? Need to go and do some research on that. Easier for me if it was 20th of March, simply because of the facts of like all the March Madness stuff. Right, and then I've got 2 new starts. Technically Diamond was a restart, but it's kind of a new start because I haven't really got very far and whipped it all out anyway. I've got Home of the Needleworker 2. This finally arrived and I started it straight away. So that's that one. I should say Home of the Needleworker 2. This is stitched along with the South Queens, so Emma X Stitching and Lucy Stitches. I did not complete the mission of sort the house out, but also I didn't start it Where's my needle? That's the 3rd one. Oh no. It'll be a painful evening. So that's how far I got. So yeah, so it comes, I've got to fill in all the blue and the windows, and then that's the house done. I can't remember what the March part is, but really enjoying it. I've wanted to stitch for ages. Like I said, I had it all kitted up. I've lost the kitted project, so this was a re-kit courtesy of 123 Stitch, and it did not travel alone, unfortunately. So it travelled with threads and some other charts, which I'll show you in a minute, unless you don't want to see that, which is fine. And then, because Liz Matthews has sent me down the rabbit hole of dimensions, I decided to join the Dimensions Leap Day sale with a new project, even though I've just started another bigger one, same size one. And this has been sat waiting to stitch for ages as well. And this is Aurora Cabin. So this is a Gus Stitch Gold kit. I think it's still available. I haven't even got this ready. I haven't done working copies. Oh, my threads are still on the cards. I need to do something with this lovely effort. And what I will say is, where I started, 6 strands half stitch. It's a little bit tough on my fingers on a 16 count, but yeah, that's the start of it. So yeah, I've got a fairly big margin. And that's Sulky Slither, and it'll just, once I finish, it'll just pull right out. But I just wanted to make sure I'd given myself enough margin. So yeah, this, the whole size. Ugh. Yeah. Can't remember if I've seen someone who's finished that. I thought it was Mama Bear Stitchery, but she's finished a different one. She mentioned it in a video because she started a kit as well. So yeah, I need to sort that out. Probably a job for while I'm sorting out the video later. So that is it for all the projects. In terms of plans, so I'll sort that out. In terms of plans, March Madness and the diamond gift stitching. In terms of March Madness, I've got a question for you. which penguin shall I stitch? Now they're both Luca S's. So this one's Lulu. So it comes with everything. Oops, sorry, glare. Inside. And then this one's Lulu. Lolly. The other one's Lulu. This one's Lolly. So yeah. So if you're watching, yeah, I'll have to close it 7th of March my time. But if you'd like to vote using the comments below, so Lolly and Lulu, and whichever one you guys pick, I'll start that one. If it's a tie, I get to decide. Yeah. Sorry, life crept in a little bit then. So yeah, this is I printed this out. I can't remember if I showed you this last time. So that's my brackets. I haven't pulled out Christmas list, but that's the first one. Oops. That's it in terms of plans. Sorry, pigeons every time I go out, something out there just caught my attention of what it's doing. Yeah, so yeah, busy couple of weeks. Like I said, I wasn't very well, and we had half term, so we did a few trips then. Didn't get as much stitching as I wanted to, but the kids were happy and content, which is the main thing. And we had the annual, still going on actually, annual show for Warwickshire Association of Guides and Scouts, so WAGS, which is a show put on by all the different levels within Guides and Scouts. That was good fun. Went and saw that on Wednesday with quite a few of the Cubs and Scouts that we have at our section. That was good fun. I'm doing a bake-off at work, so for 4 weeks we all do one bake for 1 week rather than doing 4 bakes. And I got the cheesecake week and I decided to do a lime cheesecake, and I drew with another colleague, so we're both going through to the final week, so there's at least 5 offerings in the final rather than 4. But it's all good fun and it's all in aid of charity, which is the British Blind Sport. So yeah, enjoying it. It's stiff competition this year. We're definitely up to our game from last year. Yeah, I don't feel like I can make my signature chocolate orange cake. I don't know what to make for the final. Yeah. Thoughts. Definitely a lot of thoughts. And research required. I also do a mean brownie. I've already done that as well last year. I'm going to move on to haul, so if you don't want to stick around for haul, I'll say bye for now and thank you for watching. And I'm just going to drink. Right, haul. I think I mentioned I went a little bit crazy. I shouldn't use that word really, but yeah, it's not that I haven't got the money to spend, but I spent more than I wanted to. Yeah, shiny things. Right, so I was in Ulster now, as it all slides off me. I was in Dunelm just getting some new sheets for one of the boys, and they've now got it's got some fusible interface, like stabiliser foam for the multi-pocket prod thing that I want to make that I haven't made yet. but I thought I'd give this a whirl, especially if it's a good quality, reliable source. It'd be nice to get it from there rather than Amazon. And they also had these like little pouches. I think there's about 5 or 6 designs, and they were towards tills. But I thought they'd make like little nice notion pouches. So let's do this. Some flowers. Then there's some geese. I picked up those. They're definitely widening their selection, I think, slowly. So I look forward to seeing how that progresses in terms of craftiness. I think they do have like I don't think it's just our store, but there's other stores that do like craft mornings in the cafe bit, which I've really discovered that the cafe is actually quite nice. We've never actually eaten in there because there's a Costa on the same like retail park. We always tend to go to there, but we gave that a whirl and we're happy and impressed, so definitely go back there. I ended up purchasing, swapped the fabric on diamond as well from a 32 count to a 28 count natural linen, and of course I can't travel alone. I picked up a 28 count Brittany Lugana mushroom from Flosstube as well, and another piece of 32 count white Murano. I'm enjoying stitching the Citra Pride sale on that, so I thought I'd get some more in my stash, and it's free shipping, so I didn't need to buy more. I wanted to buy more. I also picked up, Sarah mentioned on her channel, Sew Me Sarah. If you don't watch her, you definitely should. Her and Sally from Flossie Sews and Grows are starting 50 projects for their 50th birthday this year, and one of the ones that Sarah wants to start, but she's not sort of set a date yet, is hands-on design. So I've picked that up. I haven't looked at threads and fabric or anything yet, but it should be easy enough to kit from stash. I also picked up 2 more of the beach broadwalks. I think this is finished now. So that's the bike shop and then broadwalk sign. So I've already got the first 2. This is like 3 and 4. And my Mare Citra is actually finished that one. So you want to see what that looks like. I finally picked up Waffle a Lot by Hands On Design. As you can tell, I like Kathy's projects. I've got a project bag made out of one of them. But yeah, decided to pick that up. I think I was slightly intimidated before, now I'm not. So I think it's maybe why I've gone and done it. I also picked up Cottage Garden Samplings Greenhouse. They did have number 1, which was Santa's house. Number 2 is Castle. I haven't seen the 4th one, I think that's out now. I'm getting very tempted. Very tempted indeed. I don't know if I want to stitch with one big thing. Depends how, I think it's quite sizable. And because I spent £30, I got free shipping on that, and that they're all from Peak Side as well. I placed an order with Very Crafty. I think on my last video I mentioned I needed a bigger frame, scroll frame for my chatelaine. LB's one you can get. Yeah, it's so big I can barely fit it in. And I've forgotten what size it is. 101 centimetres by 30 or 14 inches by 12. So I do this along with the bit that's meant to help support the longer. I'm not explaining this forever. Oh, I think I might have to move it out of my stitchy spot because it's so big. My Lowry stand. And haven't put this together yet. It is a sew on one. So I think my chatelaine will be on there and it'll be on there for a while. And I need something to store it in as well, so I need to make something really for that. But then at least I get a nice project bag back as well. Along with that, I ordered some needles and oops. What else I was getting was Lowry. Oh no, I think when I wanted the Lowry thing, it's like really expensive shipping, so I ended up getting a Lowry dish as well. And then I got some pony needles to try. These are the colour coded ones. And then I also got some bead needles too. Nothing wrong with like the John James and DMC, but I like the concept of having them colour coded so I know which needle's what. Yeah, they're in there. I think I mentioned my side tension possibly in the last video. But I decided to go and investigate that a bit more, and got this off Etsy. I'll put details down below. It's a company based in Lithuania that make like the stretchy band things. I did have a look at Cross Stitch Bunny's store, but I couldn't see them on there. Not entirely sure how to use them yet, so there's a bit of a learning curve. I originally wanted silver, but they didn't have any, so they said, do you want the gold? So I went for the shiny gold rather than the... I think they described it as rusted gold, but like a more like antique-y kind of gold. And they also threw in like a little owl needle minder, which is very cute. Really fast delivery, can't fault it. Excited to use as well. Although I might have to get it on the mammoth frame first. Although it will help with Strawberry Fields Forever, because I've got that on a frame at the minute. And that's a little bit floppy in terms of tension. I mentioned that I did a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. Of course, that didn't travel alone. I think it definitely took a little bit longer than normal. I wasn't getting the same sort of tracking information as I did on the 1 or 2 orders last year. Which I think they switched providers. This is where the craziness kicks in, man. So I got another Darling and Whimsy Quirky Quaker. So that's the jellyfish. And then I got the turtle as well. I thought the thread that the Cottage Garden thread that I used for Stitch for Pride worked quite well with this. Name's gone already. Look, the green one. Well, that's got a bit more brown tones in it. I picked up Cricket Collection Beach. I've yet to start a Cricket Collection despite owning Winter, Summer and all that lot. Okay. So right, it's got the full pattern there, and they've picked out certain elements on the back to stitch by themselves. This has been on my radar for a long time. I finally hit the button and went, yeah, I'm going to have that. And I like the new one as well. Which, yeah, that's one of the ones I've asked if they can get me. So that's Dirty Dishes by New York Dreamer. I picked up some Mill Hill perforated paper, cheaper than Amazon. Would send it to me for, especially now the currency conversion is moving in the right direction if you're buying from America. I also picked up another Mirabilia. I just absolutely love that. It's obviously the purple that's drawing me in, isn't it? When I saw images online, the green didn't look as like bright grass green as it does on there. So I definitely will pick a different fabric. I also love the butterfly in that like turquoisey colour. And that's Delphine's Butterfly Brigade. I want to finish my first one first though, but absolutely love that. I've not checked out. So there's beads, treasures, 1 water lily, 4 Cryonics, one of which is only used for backstitching, and then 3 blends. The rest is all DMC. Yeah. I suppose you can use summer khaki. I think I might choose my own. But that's that one. I also picked up Nevermore, which has been on my radar for ages as well. My husband quite often quotes that. There's an episode in The Simpsons. Yeah, he loves saying that. I also picked up, which is partially what kickstarted the order, or at least made it rocket quite a lot. Ellie from Ellie Welly Stitch Shirt showed this, which is the Halloween Quaker, which has been on my list for a long time, along with the Christmas Quaker. I haven't got that one. That's what that looks like. But instead of doing it on murky, because I didn't really like the colour of it, she'd started hers on Haunted Cashel, and I've gone for the 28 count. Given that it's hand dyed and everyone says it's really tight, I didn't want to do a 32 and make it feel more like it's a 36, so I went for 28. But this, I don't know whether I just didn't get the measurements right or if it is really going to be that big. But this Pictures Plus Haunted. I love the colour. So yeah, I think it's going to look amazing, and her start looks amazing already. So yeah, looking forward to that. I've just remembered what I was thinking when I saw that Lakeside have got the 89p per skein of DMC offer going again until Sunday. I was going to kit that one up. I have still got some gift card money on there though. Not so bad. So there's only 10 colours, 9 of which are classic Colourworks. The other ones are black 310. I can imagine it's got a lot of 310 in it. The other ones are just like little accents. Ooh, sorry about the glare. But yeah, it's been on my radar a long time. I think Michelle Bendy showed it and I was like, oh, I like that. And then Ditchman Darcy finished that one. I think Michelle Bendy might have finished that as well. I was like, yeah, I really like that. It'd be nice to get some more Quaker motif things in there, because I did really enjoy the freebie Quiet Please Stitcher at Work and the quirky Quaker I did, which was the penguin. Haven't got any sort of plans to start it, Sounds like I might be kitting it up. I don't know if I go for the overdyes or not, although so that Nevermore has only got overdyes, it's not got a DMC conversion. Whereas Halloween Quaker has. We shall see. So yeah, that's it for today. Don't know how long this video is. Got a feeling it's probably about an hour. Whether I can cut it down to under an hour is another thing. Hopefully not too much editing this time either. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Come follow me on Instagram if you want to take part in the March Madness voting. And like I say, if you vote between Lulu and Lolly gone. Oh, they're underneath. They weren't a purchase, they were already in stash. So, Lolly or Lulu? Just leave a comment down below, and I'll, like I say, I'll close that on the 7th, midnight on the 7th GMT time. Yeah. So Christmas list is first on the list. That sounds really tough, doesn't it? So I'll stitch on that tonight, and I'll stitch on Merry Christmas You Filthy Animal tomorrow, and then I'll put them up for a vote either on the 2nd or on the 3rd. I normally do them the night they're stitched. I've been working on them and then put them straight up for a vote. But I think in my previous video I said I might do it on the 3rd rather than on the 2nd. But yeah, stay healthy and stitch happy and all the things. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.